Hello and welcome to another episode of Sports and Songs podcast. We're on season 5, Andy, episode number 39, Songs Edition. We got a
Yes.
lot of good coverage for songs tonight, Andy. We're going to do an album review, then, of course, have some notes afterwards.
Yes.
But the band we're going to focus on is from Europe. We've covered them before, but of course, not this album. The band is the Scorpions, Andy. The Scorpions. Now, I had never heard this album all the way through. I'm going to take away the banner there so you can see it. But as a Scorpions fan, I like the band.
Yep.
I have not heard all of their albums, all of their music and all of their albums, but this is their 8th studio album by German rock band Scorpions, released 1982. Now, this is certified platinum, so it did get some airtime. Now, Rolling Stones ranked this album as number 73 on their top 100 greatest metal albums of all time. What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, first of all, Scorpions being considered metal. I'll tell you my opinion on that since you brought it up.
Okay.
They were kind of in between.
Okay.
They had the leather look, the kind of a hard rocking sound, kind of the Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, that European leather, hard rock, heavy metal sound. But they threw a couple ballads in there. Some of the songs weren't as heavy on the guitar. Not that they don't have great guitar players, but it wasn't as guitar focused as, say, Maiden and Judas Priest and that. So they kind of got a little bit of American hair band love, radio play wise.
Yep.
But when you look at them and go concert wise, they got that Judas Priest, Iron Maiden type fan base. So they were dipping into both bags.
Yep, I would agree with that. So lead singer Klaus Meine, he lost his voice during the writing of this album. So it lost his voice, which is okay for writing. They go to record. He's got no voice. In fact, he had to go in and undergo surgery on his vocal cords, and it was uncertain as to whether he would be able to record the record at all. So the demos,
kind of like what Tom Kiefer and John Bon Jovi went through.
Okay. So they had a backup plan. They brought in a backup quarterback, essentially, here. The backup singer was Don Dokken from Dokken. At that time, there was an unknown band from L.A.
Yep.
And none of the work that Don did made it onto the final recordings on the album and is only credited with backing vocals. So he stepped in to get the recording pieces done. And then by the time they got the vocals, Klaus was ready, did it himself, and so he was the singer. But I thought that was interesting because I did not know that at all.
And that really helped spark Dokken's career. They started out real big in Japan and in Europe. I think with this production crew and everything else they had helped them go, hey, I know this guy Dokken, he's got a band. Trust me, he's good.
Okay.
So I think this really helped their career. Dokken would have made it eventually, but this helped speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, this was recorded in West Germany, released March of 1982. The genre is hard rock and heavy metal. Mm-hmm. The length is 36 minutes 44, and the producer is the infamous Dieter Dierks.
Yep, Mr. Dierks.
Has done and all these guys are still alive. The band members, even Dieter. These guys are all in their 70s and possibly even 80s. But very good stuff. Now, guitarist Rudolf Schenker said that he could not choose between the two guitar solos he recorded on the song China White. And so what they elected to do was give the U.S. version one solo and the European release the different solo. Now, I've never heard of that either. I didn't know that even existed, but they said, hey, I want them both on recording. They're so good. That's awesome. Rudolf Schenker, a guitarist, on a very good song called China White. And I never knew that was not about drugs or cocaine. It's an anti-war song, Andy.
Yep.
Boy.
Very political band.
we're here to educate, and half the
Yes.
times, Andy, I find it's myself that's being educated doing the homework on these. You seem to know most of these stuff back in your wheelhouse anyway, but I thought that was very interesting. Now, the cover that we're showing for the viewers to look at, the cover of the album Blackout, very good. Once again, Scorpions always have good albums. I do like this one. It's very simple. The cover art is by Godfried Hellwine. He's the one featured on himself on the album. That's him, the cover, the artist. So he took that photo, did the artist, the painting of that. That's a picture of himself there with the eye. The head bandage is on, and the eye clamps, whatever they are, they're on his eyes. That's Godfried. Very cool. Now, Rudolf Schenker portrays the character in the "No One Like You" music video. Very, very interesting. Here's the track listings. Song 1, Blackout. Very good. The title track there. Second song, Can't Live Without You. Next song is No One Like You. Next song,
Very good song.
You Give Me All I Need, by the drummer. The drummer did that one by himself. Herman Rarebell created the song You Give Me All I Need. I love that song. And then Now was released in Japan in 1982, not in the US. And I think, Andy, that's why I never heard that song.
Right.
I listened to it, never heard the song Now. I like that. Now, it's only 2 minutes and 35 seconds, and they probably thought, let's not release it in the US. It's almost too short of a song.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like the song Blackout, love the song No One Like You and You Give Me All I Need, but I'm not a big fan of Can't Live Without You. Now, they released that song in the UK, and I think that's why I never heard that in the US either, Can't Live Without You. But No One Like You was released, got heavy rotation airplay in the US. And that's just side 1. Next song, Dynamite. Next song, Arizona. Next song, China White. That's a 7-minute song by Klaus Meine. That's a political song there, China White. And then last song is When the Smoke is Going Down. So in total, we've got 36 minutes, 9 songs straight up, some longer, some shorter. But I like the tracks. I like 80% of the songs on this album.
Getting back to what you were saying earlier, Rudolf Schenker is 75 years old. Klaus Meine is 76.
Okay.
So, and still doing very well when they play and perform, as I've said.
Yeah, these guys. Now, in 2015, they released this same album with bonus tracks on the deluxe edition, and all they are, there's 4 demo versions. I'm not really sure if it's worth getting that or not, but there are 4 demo songs. Here's the personnel. Klaus Meine, lead vocals, very good. Rudolf Schenker, rhythm, acoustics. Of the 9 songs, he does the lead guitars on 3 of the tracks. Matthias Jabs does the heavy lifting on the lead guitar, doing all 6 of the 9 songs. Matthias Jabs. Then he plays rhythm on the others. Francis Buchholz does the bass. Herman Rarebell on drums. And like you said, like I mentioned earlier, they do give credit to Don Dokken for backing vocals on this album, although he does not appear on the album. But this album went platinum. Good stuff, good songs. 1982. I wasn't listening to too much Scorpions at that time. I got into more of my songs later on, but this is a good album. Andy, what's your thoughts on this?
It is a very underrated album. Again, it was 82, so it was before the big MTV pop where everybody kind of blew up, where a lot of the hard rock, heavy metal really kind of blew up a lot there too. Hard rock, heavy metal was just kind of coming in. Rap, Motley Crue, stuff like that, Twisted Sister, were all kind of coming up. AC/DC, of course, still going strong then. So Scorpions were kind of in that middle of the road. They weren't the flashy, glam, hairband stuff, but you couldn't deny that sound, But again, like I said, it wasn't as heavy as Maiden and Priest, so it kind of was pleasing everybody. It kind of snuck its way in there.
They do have a sound. The Scorpions do have a sound, and it's very, very good. I think that relates to Dieter Dirks on the production. They
Yep.
they sound they got the two guitarists. It's a five-man band, and very good to listen to. Good sounding band. But that's all I've got for Scorpions today.
All right, here we go. Gonna go through some stuff here. Some counting down the days to the next concert, Dan. It's concert season.
Oh yes, I like it.
Here's some come up at Knuckleheads out in the Mayor there. Lots of different bands are coming up in August. There's one I want to point out here, the 17th. Retro Soul and the West Side Horns featuring Big Mike.
Okay.
I saw these guys there last year. You like some good old soul, some R&B, some Motown, and lots of horns. You get out there from 5 to 9. You go see Big Mike. You will have a good time.
Love it.
Guaranteed.
I love it.
Guaranteed. You need to go see them. That's homework part 1.
Okay. Noted.
Buckethead coming Halloween night at the Fillmore.
Love it.
Does it get better than that?
You know
Buckethead
what?
on Halloween.
Yeah, the Fillmore is that new place in Minneapolis. Yep. It's next to Target Field. That could be awesome.
That could be kind of a fun one there. Buckethead,
I like it.
Former member of Guns N' Roses. We're here to educate.
Yes.
Church of Cash coming up at Medina, Saturday, September 14th. I've mentioned these guys before. I've seen them. You enjoy the old Johnny Cash stuff. You need to go see these guys.
Yeah.
You will not see the same show twice.
You've seen them once. I have not seen these guys, but it does sound good.
Take Coach Mike and his wife. They'll have a good time.
Awesome.
Kissin' Time with Hellion coming up 16th of August, out behind the Cheddar Curtain there in Hudson, Wisconsin, for those of you over there. There's Kissin' Time, of course, like with the Mixter now filling in the Ace Frehley part.
Okay.
The Struts coming back to town August 18th at the Fillmore. I've never seen these guys. I've heard a lot of their stuff. I don't think we've done an album of theirs yet, so we have to get on that. But
okay,
I really do enjoy their sound a lot. British band, British rock band. They're very good. Listen to the Struts. You'll like them. If you don't like them, then you don't know what you're doing. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be great. They're the greatest band you've ever seen. I'm not saying that, but you'll enjoy them. How's that? You'll enjoy
like it.
And here's an old ad. AC/DC for the Sears catalog in the year 1978.
Oh, a classic throwback with AC/DC. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
What people do for money. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it wasn't one of their proudest moments. But I'm sure the check cleared. So
Angus, yes. Wow.
Homework time, official homework now.
Okay.
Vinnie Vincent has a new album coming out. He says here, quote, "The Vinnie Vincent Invasion fans, to dispel any rumors, Vinnie Vincent Invasion is composed of Vinnie Vincent, Fassel Spau, and 2 new members I've chosen, who will be formally introduced. We have great plans in the future. Onward." Here's the homework.
Okay.
I love me my Vinnie Vincent. Don't get me wrong. Find me someone who's aged worse than Vinnie Vincent.
Yeah, that's
Vinnie in the middle there.
That's fair enough.
I love his guitar playing. He's a great guy. Don't get me wrong. The aging has not done him well. Just find me someone who, I don't know if he said plastic surgery's gone wrong, if it was just alcohol and drugs. I just don't know. He's white. He's whiter than Michael Jackson was white at the end there. It's just kind of sad. And also Bruce Kulick, dude, do something with the hair. Too many years of the headband, you look bad.
Yeah, that is not
pretty sad when Ace is the most normal looking one in the group.
Yeah, that's a great quote right there.
And Ace still looks like he's half in the bag.
Yeah.
And he's the best, healthiest looking one in the group. All 3 are great guitarists.
Yeah.
I love all their stuff. I'm not. And look at me. Look at the moneymaker here. I'm not one to talk about looks, but holy Christ, there's three ugly people.
Yeah, we've never reviewed anything from Vinnie Vincent, other than when he was with Kiss. But we should do. I just added that for a possible studio album in the future. Ace
One of Vinny's
keeps
first
pumping out
albums,
the new stuff, but okay.
the early Vinnie Vincent Invasion, Dana Strum and Mark Slaughter were in the band, and they kind of went on from their own from after that. So
And they formed Slaughter, okay?
yes. Here's one now. Back in the 80s, we had the Traveling Wilburys band. Here's how old those guys actually were at that time. And when you think of the Traveling Wilburys, oh my God, it was Jeff Lynne from ELO, and it was Dylan, and it was Roy Orbison. Orbison was only 52 at the time. Petty was only 37.
Wow.
But at the time, the way they were kind of put out, you think like, here's a bunch of 70-year-old men. Nope. It was just these guys.
That's a very good meme right there.
But yeah, go back again. That's another one. More homework, extra credit. The first Traveling Wilburys album. Listen to it. And on this day in history, 2007, going to mix in a little religion here. We don't do this a lot. Prince kicked off a series of 21 sold-out UK shows at London's O2 Arena. Tickets for the event cost £31.21, the same figure used by the singer to name his album, website, and perfume. After completing the 21 nights, the Jehovah's Witness was planning to taking time out to study the Bible. If you listen to some of his stuff at the end, it is spiritual. You could hear the Bible references in it. He's got a song called Seven from his Symbol album, where he had his name as a symbol. Some biblical references in there. That album has a few. Not that there were spiritual songs like Striper or anything like that. Not that he was ripping on the Bible, but just kind of as you hear it, you go, wow, never thought of it that way. It's kind of cool how he could subliminally put those religious terms in there and get you to kind of think.
Interesting.
But that, sir, is all I got for my little corner of the world today. I threw a lot of extra homework at you there. Traveling Wilburys,
I've added that to our list down the road too, because I hadn't had that on the queue. But that's some good stuff. Always when you're young and you put together super groups like that, you think of the old guys, how old they are, and then you go back and look at actually the ages.
And you look at the Wilburys, the albums before that they all did solo, and after they did Traveling Wilburys 1, they all went and did their solo stuff again. Then the next album was Traveling Wilburys 3. Because they all kind of like, oh, Jeff Lynne was on George Harrison's solo album, and Dylan and Petty did stuff together. They all kind of worked together. Then they did Volume 3
differently. Okay,
so it's a different sound. If you like Petty, if you like all those guys,
yeah,
that's what you get with the five of them together. So
yeah, and even if you don't, I'm sure it's very interesting music because of the talent in the room.
Yep.
Still worth to listen to from the respect point of view. Wow.
Yeah, no one takes I'm the bigger name, I'm the lead on this. It was all pretty evenly done. Egos were kept in check, which is kind of cool.
That's interesting. Good stuff. But so that's the Scorpions Blackout album review. Thanks for the notes there, Andy, on the upcoming shows and things. I've made some notes. We've got homework to do. But we'll see you next Thursday. That's all I've got for the show.
It's a date.
Sounds good. We'll be back with more next Thursday.
See you, kids.
Thank you.